I'm going to do the dermaplaning today, so remember, hold the blade lightly in your hand. You want to do feather-like movements. You're going to go down. I've seen some people go up. I prefer to go down, all right? You do not need to do the nose. You do not want to go above this bone, the zygomatic bone right here, okay? And you don't want to go any closer to the eyebrows than the width of your finger, okay? A lot of people do end up wanting this moved, but we're going to leave that alone for her, okay? So first, I'm going to wash her face.
A door.
Okay. Now she doesn't have, she told me all she had was SPF on, so we don't have to, do a double cleanse or anything. But remember, if somebody's got makeup on, like they just came from work or whatnot, you all remember, you have to, look at them to make sure that it's all cleaned off. Okay? Okay, I am going to use actually a little toner now. And naturally, ladies, you would have done your analysis already, okay? To make sure that they are a candidate for this. And we went over the contraindications, and she doesn't have any of them. She's not on retin-A, she doesn't have lupus, she's not a hemophiliac, she's not on blood thinners, she doesn't have any open wounds, no active acne, so really she's the perfect candidate for this, all right? So my next move is, I'm just going to put on my gloves. You absolutely have to wear gloves when you're doing this. Okay, and I'm going to take another 4x4 and I'm going to use my 70% alcohol on her face. And I'm going to swipe it all over. This is to get off any last oils off the face. And like I said, you can use acetone if that's what you prefer. This also dehydrates the skin a bit more. And it's obviously a little strong to smell, but it also helps to lift the dead skin cells off of the face. It helps to lift them up. So we want to make sure that this is dry, okay? Because we don't want that blade to slip at all. I have seen people put moisturizer on the face, and then with it being thick, they don't even rub it in, and then they'll do it with the skin wet, and I'm like, oh my gosh, that's too scary to me, so I don't do that. And again, we want to make sure this is dry. Perfect. We have our sterile 10 blade. You want your client again to make sure that they keep their eyes closed and also that they don't move. If anything, like they need to sneeze, they need to scratch something, just tell them to lift their hand and that'll mean that you stop. All right? So you're going to take your blade out. You want another piece of 4x4 and leave it right next to you. All right? Carefully take that off. Okay? And you can hold it this way, you can hold it this way, whatever feels comfortable for you. I always prefer it this way. I usually start at the forehead and do one side and then go back to the forehead and do the other side. Whatever is comfortable for you, that's how you do it. If you want to do the cheeks first and then move to here and then do this last, fine. Remember, we don't want to do the nose, we don't want to do under the eyes, the lower eyelid, and about a finger's width from the brow. You also want to hold the blade not flat against their face, not at a 90-degree angle. It's got to be at a 45-degree angle. Okay? So we're going to start, and you want to hold the skin taut. All right? So we're going to start here, and we're going to gently, very gently go up. Do you feel anything, Svetlana? Doesn't feel like anything, right? Mm-hmm. And this is to take off. Now I can feel it scraping against her forehead. She doesn't have a lot of hair up here, but I am getting some dead skin cells, which is great, because not only does this remove the hair, it also removes the dead skin cells. See it right there? See it starting to come? Mm-hmm. Okay. Now notice how gently I'm doing this. I'm doing it in feather-like movements. Okay? I'm going to stay away from her hairline. So don't be afraid to move their head. Now I'm going to do this area. Then I'm going to pull this hair back because she doesn't want that hair to be lost. Okay, perfect. So she's getting hair off and she's getting skin cells off. Now, remember what I told you before. You don't want to go back and forth like this, okay? And you don't want to go over an area 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, no more than 4 times. If you're holding this too heavy, you're also going to possibly get that pinpoint bleeding and abrade the skin. We don't want that. That's not part of this treatment, okay? So now I'm just going to go a little lower here. Can you hear that? I don't know if you can hear it, yeah. Remember, don't go past that zygomatic bone. She doesn't have a lot of hair on her face, by the way. Okay, I'm going to turn her head back here. And I'm just going to do this area here. Okay, now, when I do the chin and the lip, I go side to side, okay? So I usually... I'm going to go right here. And then I'm going to do up top. Everything feel okay?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And that's how you would do the dermaplaning, okay? Of course, we'll do the other side, but for video purposes, I think we got it, okay? All right.